Hello.
And you'll have a microphone too.
But it won't be connected to this.
All right. We want to welcome everybody to the very first annual national game day here at Ebonyopoly. My name is Dwayne Washington, one of the creators of Ebonyopoly, and I'm here to tell you we're going to have a good time on today. Man, are you ready?
Look, man, you know I'm ready. If you stay ready, you never have to get ready. That is my motto.
Just in case you're wondering who this is, you might not know him by seeing him, but you should know him when you hear him. This is the voice of Ebonyopoly, Mr. Rashad himself. So anytime you hear anything coming from us, anytime you hear verbiage or a commercial, it is this smooth voice that you're going to hear right there, the voice of Ebonyopoly. So I just want to welcome everybody. Thank you for doing the playing all over, no matter where you are. We're going to be dialing you in. Some people from Atlanta and on the East Coast, West Coast, up north, and even our friends down here in Texas.
Yeah, down south.
Down south. So we're going to kick off the game in just a moment here and all around. But before we do, I just want to welcome everybody, and we're going to bounce around in just a moment so you can see maybe one or two of the other creators that are here. We're actually at the Doc Bookshop in Fort Worth, Texas, on Meadowbrook. Great people. If you are anywhere in Tarrant County in Texas, make sure to make your way down to the Doc Bookshop. We'd love to see you, hug on you, and you got to come see Donna and Danya. They will take good care of you. I'm here to tell you so. Thank you for coming. Now, Rashad, what are we in for today?
Look, I'm going to put it to you this way, right? We all know what Monopoly is, right? We've all played it. We're all familiar with it. We've done that. Been there, done that. It's 2021, right? This is going to be a new spin on an age-old game. Bottom line, this is for the culture, right? I don't know what you've been exposed to, but you have never been exposed to anything like Ebonyopoly. I can assure you what they're in store for today. We're going to be in store for about 15 different locations playing this game consecutively, all at the same time around the entire country, right? And so if you're watching this right now, if you have a game, please feel free to break the game out, because the plan is for everyone to play this game at the same time in solidarity, right? Everyone knows this is Black History Month, okay? What we are attempting to do is to just bring a culmination of all Black history events to this point to where we are right now, okay? February 27th, we have one more day. We're bringing everybody together to sit down, have some fun, learn some history, just create memories, meet new people, all of these things. All of that is what's going to be happening today on the National Ebonyopoly Game Day.
You know what? It's going down now. Like Rashad said, we've got 15 locations that are going on right now across the country. And Rashad, that's not including. We don't want to forget all of you that are at home right now playing the game. Yeah. And let me just say thank you. Thank you. We did not know this game was going to do what it did. I remember when we first sat down and just started figuring the stuff out. We're like, hey, this might be something good. Let's see if we can put it out there and do something. And then we started doing pre-sales. We were like almost sold out before we even got the first shipment. Yeah. And it has continued with that through the whole time. I think we have Donna and Danya here. Danya, you over there? Danya, now once again, we're at the Doc Bookshop. Danya is one of the owners. How you doing? Fine. She says she's doing fine. Now, Danya, you want to come be on camera?
Yeah.
Come on up here, Danya. Come on up here. Come on up here. You don't need makeup. You are naturally beautiful.
Come on, let's do this.
The camera, which camera are we looking at? Well, I think we're looking at this camera right here. Come right on up here.
There you go. All right.
Now, you've had the game here almost since day one. Tell us about the experience with you guys carrying the game.
Oh my God, this experience has been so amazing. So low that everybody's been coming here. I mean, I think the first day I ran out of the game. I mean, I cannot believe it.
First day.
Yes, but a lot of product passed through the bookstore. I said, okay, we'll give it a shot. And I am telling you, this game did its thing. And then we actually started traveling with the game too, right? So we went shout out to Omaha, Nebraska. We took the game to Omaha for Native Omaha Day. And I'm telling you, we sold out in Nebraska. So I'm like, okay, I think I need to do a 6-state tour with this game. This game has been so amazing and has been so just eye-opening for people that didn't even realize some of the things they didn't even know, and they could build wealth at the same time. So they're doing what we all like to do. Build wealth, even if it's
okay, then
to carry it out in our life, right?
Yes.
And then learn our history and our culture at the same time. Time, money, value. That's what it is, and that's what this game gives you. Time, money, value. You're making money. You're trying to figure out how to make moves, how to pivot around, how to not make the same age-old mistakes. And this game is voila, it's going to give it to you. So I am excited about this game. I am excited that everybody's going to be playing it in unity across the nation, probably across the world too, isn't it?
We got some over in Israel.
Over in Israel. So across the world, different times. The people waking up out of this sleep playing the game. That's just what it is. That's how awesome and exciting this game is becoming. So if you have not picked up the game, definitely come and pick it up at the Doc Bookshop. And I think it's online. It's online in all kind of places. So yeah, just try to find your location, and you guys are going to enjoy this game. That's all I got to say. Did I say enough?
You said it. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming up. Don, you're once again here at the Doc Bookshop over in Fort Worth, Texas. Come on by. And for y'all that don't know this, we actually launched here in Fort Worth, Texas. Ironically, we launched on June 19th. And that morning, we launched about noon or so. And that morning, we actually spent with Ebonyopoly. For those that don't know, Ebonyopoly is the reason that June 19th is now a federal holiday. So we spent that morning with her, and in the afternoon we launched the game. That was incredible. All right, so let me see if do we have some of our other sites up and ready yet? Okay, are we good? Because we've got a couple of our other sites that we want to get up and have them join. I believe we have one of our other creators, Alicia Hemphill, over in Pan African Bookstore. Alicia, let's take it away. Let's get Alicia on.
Hi, how are you? I'm so happy to be here at Pan Africa. Welcome everybody to our first virtual National Game-a-thon. I'm here at the Pan African Connection. Oh my gosh, this is my first time here. This is a wonderful place. It's huge, a lot bigger than I thought, with it's jam-packed with everything for Black American. I'm really excited to be here with you and with everyone at Pan African because they're featuring our game and they've been selling like hotcakes. And so we're just super excited to be here. I am just overwhelmed at the response. We pulled up and people immediately recognized the game. They've been playing it, and I'm a little off because I've been talking to everybody who has purchased it, is here to play the game, has played it at home, and so they're all wanting to learn a little bit more about it. I'm gonna have is a Jude here, Adjoy. She is running today. She's here, the store. She's here at Pan African Connection. Hi, tell us a little bit about you and what you've been doing with the game.
So here at Pan African Connection, I believe we've been selling Ebonyopoly since it came out or since we got it. I know we sold over 40 copies. When we couldn't get none, people were going crazy, like trying to buy our display. So many times we had to tell people they couldn't buy the display. So we're happy to have it back. We're happy to sit down and actually play it. That way we can learn how to play too and have one for our family. So yeah, we're excited.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just appreciate everything that you've been doing for us. Okay, well, I think we are going to be, Dr. Plummer is not able to join us, by the way. Her internet is down, but like I said, we're here in Dallas. So if you're in the area, we want to invite you to come down. We'll be here for the next 2 hours. We're going to be going in and out. We're going to share some interesting facts about the game. There's a lot of features that were built into the game, and I'm really excited to share those.
We actually have another creator that is over in Israel. Unfortunately, the internet is down in their area of Israel right now, so we cannot get her up, but that's okay. We're going to bounce around to a couple of other places around the country. And so, but with no further ado, what we want everybody to do right now, wherever you are across the country, begin playing. Start rolling that dice. Start having a good time. As we comment through the rest of the stuff today, we want you to start rolling those dice and start getting around that. You know, I think I might play a little bit myself. We've got some people over here talking a little noise. I might have to come over and spank them just to let them know who the king really is. Really, they've got a lot of noise to talk, y'all. I might have to go over there and check it out. And so just to reiterate, this is our National Game Day. So we have people all over the country that are playing the game. all over the country, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from north to south. Now, of course, you know, we're a little partial to Texas, but even being partial to Texas, we've got a friend of ours over in Atlanta. Do we have Omar up yet? Is Omar there? Omar, if you can hear me, we're gonna come over to you. Omar, let's hear from you. How you doing there, man?
I am doing excellent. What's going on, family? Can you hear me good?
We can't hear you. Make sure you got that mic going. I can't hear you.
Let me see. Hold on.
Mike is over at the Listening Tree over in Atlanta. Now I call it Atlanta. I'm sure he's gonna to correct me to tell him what the actual city there is. But let's see here. Let's see. I think he's getting his mic and everything together. Oh, we've got some technology here. That's what I'm talking about.
You know, you're dealing with.
Okay. All right. Let's see. While he's getting his mic together, just to let you know, the Listening Tree is one of our partners out in Atlanta. And let me tell you something. These guys, I mean, are phenomenal. They sold more games than some of our big stores. They just get it done. They get it done. And when I tell you, I remember one time I was with him out there, and it might have been his first day. He was like, "Hey man, give me a box. I'm gonna sell this in 24 hours." Before our launch even happened in Atlanta, he was off the chain. You got your mic ready there?
I'm ready to go. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can we hear you? Can we hear him? Iana, can we hear you? Take him off mute. Oh, you're on mute. Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah,
can we hear him now?
You can hear me. It shows that you hear me right now.
Okay, we can hear you. Go for it.
Hey, what's going on, family? Listen, like Dwayne said, I'm coming to you live from the Listening Tree. Got my two sons behind me playing Ebonyopoly. And like he said, we have just been flat out excited about the game. I can't tell you how many copies it's definitely it's pushing hundreds of copies at this point. We're getting there. And let me just tell you guys, this game is absolutely the most incredible game you're ever going to see, because it plays exactly the game that we play here in America, and that is the game of ownership. But it keeps us in the mindset of our own community, of our own ownership, so that we're actually playing the game in a way that can help our future posterity. And the beauty of it is the fact that it preserves the history, right? The history that was destroyed when we were really building communities. And so, you know, I'm just really excited to be partnering with the Ebonyopoly team, Dwayne and family, and Alicia, and listen, guys, I'm just excited to be here and really continue helping the world understand that they should be playing Ebonyopoly. If you're Black, you should have Ebonyopoly. If you're white, you should have Ebonyopoly. If you're Chinese, you should have Ebonyopoly. You should understand the contribution that the Black community has made to this world, because we are the foundation, and everybody needs to know it. And we're going to control the narrative. And I believe Ebonyopoly is a foundational game that we ought to play every day and keep our children thinking right. So that's it, family. That's me.
Omar, now you know you are probably like the beacon of light there in Atlanta. So kind of tell me, I know the kind of response I get when I just drop through. So like, tell me about what's been going on with the game out there. What are you seeing?
Oh, it's going bananas, right? So here's what I do. I just put the game in people's hands, right? They walk in the store, I say, I don't care what you're buying, you need to take this home, right? And I'm about 75% successful in that because the game itself, everybody knows what Monopoly is, right? So people literally lose their mind. So when I tell you one person buys the game, they tell their friends about it, I'm seeing orders come in one after another for Ebonyopoly online over and over and over again. And even when people walk in the store, like I said, put it in their hand, they go bananas. Now, when people come to the listening tree, they know exactly what they're coming to get as well, because we are a children's bookstore committed to Black authorship. So when they walk in, they know that they're going to get something incredible that they've never seen before. And I got to tell you, they literally, when I tell you that they just fall out, I'm talking grown people, 65 years old, 50 years old, 25 years old. I've even had teenagers look at the game and say, wow, where did you get this from? Literally, I take it to high schools when we teach our young entrepreneurs program. It is a teaching tool, and it is just flat out fun. And everybody knows the game. So people have been losing their mind, Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been literally losing their mind. And the truth is, when we keep that steam behind it, you know, we just need to keep playing it, because let me just say it like this: it's actually more fun than Monopoly, right? And I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's more fun than Monopoly for a couple reasons. Number one, it's more real, right? Because you're gonna pay rent at every property, whether somebody own it or not. And you can't buy every property around the board, else you're gonna be broke. So you gotta think about several things when you're playing this game, when you're going around the board. And going bankrupt is not really that hard in this game. So you really have to be keyed in and locked in. So I really like the challenge. I really love the fact that it includes the racism that happened. But then the QR reader for me is the most important, where when you buy the property and that deed, and you can look at that property and look at the history of what was going on in Reconstruction. As y'all can see, I got my children with me. Okay, this is what I'm concerned about, right? Y'all see them? Y'all say hey, Bright and Cole. Say hey. Hi. All right. Listen, I got them with me for one reason, because everything we do here is for them. Everything we do, and this game right here is for you. It's for the world and everybody. If you only buying one copy, you're not buying enough, because you should be giving it a gift. 2 should be the minimum. So that's my attitude about this game, bro.
Okay, we're going to come back to you in just a moment. So make sure to keep your mic. Are we back on? There we go. That's Omar Finley out there in Atlanta. I'm telling you, just making it happen. It has just been incredible. We're going to have in just a little bit some people joining us from different places around the country. Before we do that, I'm going to put this back over to the voice of Ebonyopoly so he can give you some different, we got different things that we'll be doing. He'll be doing some different interviews as well as taking care of some different information regarding the game, because this game is a little bit different. It's a little bit different than the regular Monopoly that you may play. It's got some extra things added in there. And so real quick, do we have any of our guests on yet, just yet? Okay, so we've got Ruby. And let me see who's going to interview Ruby. Is that going to be me? We've got Ruby on. Okay, let's bring her on up. Put it so I can see her. Okay, Ruby, how you doing?
We're great.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, look at that with the shirt on. You know, we've been running so much today. I forgot to change into my shirt. I might do that on our break. Now, Ruby, where are you from?
I'm in Louisville, Texas.
You're right here in the big great state of Texas, in the DFW Metroplex.
Absolutely.
So, tell us how you first came about Ebonyopoly.
A longtime friend of mine, Alicia Hemphill, is one of the developers, and she was telling me about it developing, and we were chatting back and forth, and I thought it was a good idea. And then before I know it, if you know Alicia, before I knew it, she was back saying, would you like to buy an Ebonyopoly game? And I was like, of course, where can I get one? Ordered it. I paid for it online, and before I knew it, Mr. Dwayne showed up at my door and hand delivered it to my husband and I. And so we went to a gathering of Ebonyopoly players in Fort Worth, and we've been growing with the momentum ever since. I'm with my family here, my granddaughter, my daughter, my husband. We're down with Ebonyopoly.
Now, if it was someone that hand delivered it, believe it or not, that was probably me.
Yes, it was you. You came out.
Yeah, I try. I can't, because the game has been so popular. I can't always do it. But when I have some time and there's some local orders, I call our warehouse to find if there's some local orders, and I will go out, knock on the door myself, which is funny, because people have different reactions to that. But yeah, it's a cool thing. I think we actually have. Do we still have Alicia on? Let's bring up Alicia. Alicia, you and Ruby, let's have this conversation. Let me get out of it. I think they're kind of getting there together right now. Can you bring her on?
We have actually.
Okay, they're looking at just a couple of technical issues they're having on that side.
So have they started playing yet?
So have y'all started playing yet? Well, go ahead. Let me get out the way. Do your thing.
Okay.
Can you hear me? We're good? Okay. Hello, how are you? Rashad, voice of Ebonyopoly. We thank you for joining us today. You guys just look like you are ready to just dig in. So here's my question. Who's the competitive one?
Right.
Oh, it's okay. All right. Okay. So you're the one that's going to win?
Yeah.
Okay. Dad, you okay with that? Dad's looking like, you know what? We know the truth, but I'm going to go ahead and let my baby take it. Is that how it's working? Well, that's excellent. That's excellent. So, okay. How long you guys had the game? That's the question.
Since June 2021.
Okay, June 2021. And so my question is to the younger people at the game right now. What is the significance of this game, and what have you learned from it, Miss Competitive?
We were just there. Matter of fact, right now.
About Black history. So, like the train stations. Yeah, and it's just a whole new thing that we don't really learn in today's history class. So it's really fun to learn about the places that we don't usually learn about.
About the significance of being able to see her go through this and learn these elements that she probably wasn't getting taught in school.
I didn't hear the first of your question.
Oh, I was saying, so talk about the significance of seeing her being able to learn this information that she was probably not getting in school.
Now that's very powerful.
This is where it started. They played there. 18 to 5.
Her school, her friends, her teachers, and it will take I just about telling about the facts that she learned. One of her favorite, I knew she would say railroads. One of her favorite facts was about the railroads in Ebonyopoly. And she likes to be the one to negotiate and gather all the railroads so she can charge higher prices when people land on them. But she loved the history of that as well. And she loved using technology to scan the back of the cards, the property cards. Can you have one? And getting all the details. And sometimes she throws that in when she's telling you the price that you're going to have to pay for riding on her railroad. She'll say, because this happened at the, what is the name of it? at the John Freeman Railroad, you're going to have to pay me. And it sort of reinforces the history and the value of the property and the knowledge that is gained through the game. You're muted. If you're talking right now, voice.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Letting you know that you're muted.
Oh, I'm muted?
Yeah,
Is this?
I can hear you now. Then you muted himself again. Then you muted yourself again. You're on mute.
If you're able to hear me, to thumbs up.
Now I'm able to hear you. Now we're.
Okay. All right. And so Spelman and Morehouse are a part of the game. Okay. And so you've had an opportunity to be exposed to that. Have you had any aspirations of what type of college you would prefer to go to? Would it be an HBCU, or just have you started considering those types of things?
I would like historical Black colleges. I haven't thought the most about college, because it's a hard thing to wrap your mind around, especially because I'm only in 6th grade. And now that I've played Ebonyopoly, I think I would probably consider it over any other college, since it sounds the most interesting.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. We definitely appreciate it. I want to check to see is Alicia ready? Because I'd love for you and Alicia to have a dialogue, since you guys are already, great friends.
Hey, sounds like.
Okay, I think we're going to switch over. There we are. Miss Alicia just looking very beautiful there.
Hello.
Hey, welcome, Miss Alicia. How are you? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Hello.
Are you muted?
Is she able to hear us?
How are you? I'm sorry, we're having some technical difficulties, but I wanted to just say hi to Ruby. I want you guys to know I've known Ruby for many, many, many years. She was one of the first people that joined us at our first launch on Juneteenth. She's been an avid supporter. Her and her family are fantastic. As an educator, it's really been interesting just talking to her about the impact of this game. And so I just want to say, love you guys, Ruby. Thank you, Duro family. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for joining us. But I want to ask you, you guys have been playing this game for a while. You sent me pictures of everyone playing. And so tell me your experience. What have you guys been learning, especially the young kids? I want to hear from you.
So one devastating history that I'm going to let Nadia tell you about. Called her out. The Oklahoma City bombing. And there were details shared on the back of one of the cards about that time in Black history. And because it's so recently the information has become available so recently, and we were surprised that current information was in the game. So I'm going to let Nadia share with you our reaction when we learned that, and we know that it happened many years ago, but about the rebuilding of Oklahoma and about the devastating tragedies that occurred there that we learned through the game.
So for that, it was really surprising to me because I didn't know very much about the Oklahoma bombing. So it was really surprising to me how tragic it was. So I didn't really know what to think about it. So when I played this game further, I just figured out what the devastating things that happened to our people back then, and it just taught me to have a wider vision about it. So it helped me better understand what happened in the past and how it could be fixed in the future. So yeah, that's what I thought about it.
And it was at the Oklahoma City. I'm sorry that the name escapes me, but I even contacted Nadia one evening when I saw on the news where they were interviewing people from that city in Oklahoma that was bombed because Black people the massacre is what they call it. They had become too prosperous, and an entire city of Black people that were wealthy and prosperous was bombed using airplanes. Yes, and they called it, and my husband's mumbling in the background, but he's helping me out. They called it Black Wall Street. And even in the recent news, during Christmas and the holidays, I was watching it, and they told about interviewing some of the people who were still alive and some of their offspring after that. So the information is not just ancient history about our race and our culture of people. Some of it is very current history. And as we live from day to day, we could even end up running into people who've experienced some of those things that we learn about in Ebonyopoly. One thing that I do not want to go off the air without mentioning is they have the chance and the chess card, and they really demonstrate what can happen when you're Black in society, or what used to happen. Because sometimes you could say, it will say, if you're Black, you go backwards in life. And if you're white, you advance and you receive rewards in life. And those are the things that we really revel over and remind ourselves of how true it is and how true it was in society. And the game really does replicate in a lot of ways real life for African Americans. So we appreciate all the effort and work and sacrifice that was put into creating the game. We've loved Monopoly all of our lives, but we have a newfound interest and a newfound enthusiasm for the game of Monopoly now that it is Ebonyopoly.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us today. This has been an extremely exciting opportunity. You and your lovely family here. Who's going to win today?
She didn't win the last time. I want you to know that, but thank you for asking. Ask her who won the last time. Who won the last time, Nadia? Who won the last time? But thanks for having us.
No, not a problem at all. Thank you so very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.
Thank you.
Sure. All right. So once again, phenomenal family. That is what Ebonyopoly is all about, right? Ebonyopoly is really all about the generations getting together, having an opportunity to sit down at the game, learn together, love together, have fun together, and hopefully come out of this on the opposite end with some great memories that they can pass on. They can talk to friends, invite friends out, just get the message out, right? You know, Ebonyopoly is a story about perseverance through the Reconstruction era, right? Perseverance is what we strive to hold our pride on, right? And so if you've ever had an opportunity to play the game, you know there are some challenges in the game that make it that much more difficult for you to win. Story of our time here, right? So at the end of the day, why was Ebonyopoly created? Well, Ebonyopoly was created basically as a response to George Floyd, right? We're all aware of what happened during that time, during that era, the time of unrest in the entire country. And as I said, you know, the owners of the game just got together, They sat down and said, hey, how can we respond to what is occurring in our nation? And this is what they came up with. You know, basically, this is a game that just speaks the truth about who we are and how we have persevered, right? From all of the different obstacles. And that's what the game is about, persevering through the obstacles, right? It doesn't matter really who you are. If you're playing the game, there will be elements that you will have to overcome. And we can all enjoy that. Black, white, brown, Asian, all of it. We can all enjoy that message together. And that's what this is about. This is a unifying game. It has the ability, if you just sit down and play the game, you will all be able to see the message that is behind Ebonyopoly, which is perseverance. We persevere together, bottom line. And so what we're trying to do, I was just going to say, let's go back to the Pan-African bookstore with Miss Alicia.
Back to me again, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the origin of the game. So first off, I want to say that this game was divinely inspired. It was a conversation I was having with Dwayne. I was there videotaping for a completely different reason. I was at his studio, and his whole family, his lovely family, was there. And it was about the time that George Floyd was murdered. So it was right after all of the riots. Everyone was really upset. And one thing that was, I will say, that one thing that came out of that is a lot of people wanted to know, what can we do differently? What is it that we can do to help avoid some of this? And so I was videotaping with Dwayne in his studio, and we started talking about current events. And in light of current events, we started discussing some of the things that I had gotten involved in. I had been working with an organization called Covenant Daughters Ministries International, and we were working with women to really help them understand their position and where women were in the movement, in the civil rights movement. And it was amazing. One of the things that I saw as they learned that they had a place, a hidden place in the history of the civil rights, I saw pride and identity. To me, one of the things that we can do more than anything is to establish pride and identity in our young adults, our young children. They need to know that we all need to know that we have a place in the history of the world. So I was sharing that with Dwayne, and he began to tell me about his family's experience here in Dallas, of all places. Did you know that in Dallas years ago, his grandmother can remember where there used to be only one day Black people could attend the state fair, or one day that they could go to the zoo. It was for Negro Day. And so we began to uncover nuggets from our background and our history. And he started to share with me that he is the very first prototype, or the first version of this game was a prop that he created for a video. And in that game, he was really trying to get across to different generations and to different races the benefit that, if you're a white person, what you probably had in terms of the advantage of the economics and the laws, the ability to inherit land from one generation to the next. And this game was showing the dichotomy between, if you're a Caucasian, the ability to be here today and to have benefited from that family system, or that also the laws associated that govern inheritance and property rights. And the game that he originally created was really something different, in that it showed like a Black person who started the game. They maybe didn't even start with dice, which is really kind of what happened back in the day. We all started after Reconstruction in different places, and that system of inequity continued throughout the property laws that had been in place. So we started talking about this this game that he had created, and I was fascinated. And being a money-minded person, the first thing I asked was, "How much is that game? What are you selling it for?" And he said, "I didn't. I just created it just for a prop." Well, at that moment, Ebonyopoly was born because I said to Dwayne, you've got to sell that game. You've got to do it. You've got to do it right now. And so, a man that he is, knowing opportunity, he said yes. We continued to talk. First, he wanted to cut me in as an investor, and I saw the returns, and I wasn't interested in that. So I said, nope, I want to be part of the game. And it's a good thing that we all came together because myself, Dr. Plummer, who is in Israel, and then Dwayne, the three of us brought different perspectives. We brought different gifts to the game. We brought different passions. But all three of us together really had a complete vision for how this game could help instill identity in our young children, how it could be a focal point for older people, grandparents, to share their history. One of the things we all understand and realize is that many people, we don't talk about difficult times. And so this is an opportunity, we saw an opportunity to bring the generations around the table, to share common history, and to begin to help relay the foundation of economic wealth in our country. So that's how the game was started. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to send it back to Dwayne at the books shop.
All right. Thanks so much, Alicia, for giving that background. This is Dwayne Washington. I just seen old friend of mine came in just now. I had to get him up here, Mr. Jim Austin. Now, Jim Austin is not only a friend to me individually, but also a friend to Ebonyopoly. And just to let you know, Jim, so we're broadcasting this all over the country. We've got people at home playing the game at the same time, just like people here are playing it. We've got stores that are broadcasting. We've got churches that are broadcasting. That you just heard from Alicia Hemphill. She's over at the Pan African in Dallas. Omar was over before that in Atlanta. So we just bouncing all around. And so you walk in, man. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm excited. I'm glad to be here with my good friend and celebrating his brainchild and letting people all around the world know that they can play Ebonyopoly.
I want to tell you this, Jim. There's something that you did for the game early on that I really appreciate, because we didn't know how we were just starting out and we didn't know anything about games and that kind of stuff. And one of the things that we needed was a warehouse originally to put the very first one into. And man, I called you up and you said, Dwayne, no problem. I got you covered, man. I appreciate that. So talk to me about the first time you saw it. What did you think?
Well, my wife tells me that, I'm Jim Austin. I'm the broker with the Austin Company Commercial Real Estate. So if you're thinking about buying something, leasing something, or need a rep when you buy, because you don't have to pay me. I work for free. I'll service you. But
and once again, we're in Fort Worth, Texas. So those that are watching in Tarrant County, Dallas County, Collin County, if you're around the Metroplex, definitely give them a call.
Yes, and I do all the state of Texas.
All of Texas.
Yeah, 40 years of working my jelly. And today we're here celebrating Ebonyopoly. But my wife tells me, because I'm a serial entrepreneur and I'm one of the free individuals that she knows that plays Monopoly. Now, Ebonyopoly in the real sense.
Yeah.
As a young boy, I played Monopoly like crazy with my cousins, and I just enjoy the art of celebrating Ebonyopoly and what it means to our people, and teaching our young people how to learn about the importance of taking care of their money, spending it wisely, and that's for sure. So it was my pleasure when you called me, because I don't think I've ever turned you down when you've called me.
I appreciate
and asked
that.
me to do something. But of course you take it to another level,
Actually,
You know?
I forgot about this. You heard me talk about the launch on June 19th, launching in Fort Worth. It was at the warehouse at Jim's spot. So appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Well, you're one of my people that I believe in. That's an important father figure, entrepreneur, and a great musician. And we've been doing business together, on the come. We just do back and forth. So we got that money going in the community. It's a half a turn with me and Dwayne.
It's funny. So we talk about hey, money turning in the Black community. We like, yeah, it turned 17 times between us before it even goes anywhere.
Right.
It's a good deal, man. Well, I appreciate you being here. I think we've got some people online. Thanks. Hey, go get out there and play some. You play it in real life.
I bought one
what's
of
this
my
here?
famous pictures. I won the Good Neighbor Award by the Realtors
Yeah, I see that.
Association. And what year was that? Look on there, 2003. So out of 300 nationwide nonprofits, they chose 5. And
Wow.
mine, the National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum, cowboysofcolor.org. So I bought a picture. I have one.
The original Black cowboy right here, by the way.
Once your wife approves it,
I get to keep this.
You can put one of those in the house.
Then you heard it. And you can't have it back. And that's his mine. I'm keeping it right here.
Right. That was on the front cover of 1 Million magazine.
Oh, wow.
In 03. So, but this is about the game. Get you one. We can't keep them on the shelf. We're kind of talking about how to build them in bigger mass.
Yeah.
To make sure our kids and adults get to play Ebonyopoly.
Good deal. Jim, thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for
Thanks as
having
always.
me. I live around the corner, so it wasn't too hard to get here. So it was my pleasure to come by. And you got my boy, Mr. Rayner.
Yeah.
Rashad. Rashad's the man.
The man.
He's the voice of DFW.
He's also the voice of Ebonyopoly, just so you know.
Okay. You're a smart man.
There you go.
You're a smart man.
There you go.
Let me know. Okay.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Everybody from Fort Worth, Texas. If you didn't know, this is where the West begins. I keep this hat on every time you see me. So when you walk in the room, Jim Austin's in the room.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Okay.
This is not a front. That's him for real.
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we've got is it Joe online? Let's get Joe online. Let's bring Joe up. Is he bringing him up? There he's coming up. Okay, Joe Bunton. Is that Joe? Am I saying that last name properly? Do we have Joe? It says we're having a few connectivity issues. Is that from our connectivity? Because I'm not showing anything at all.
Okay, so the thing about it, people.
There we go.
Since
Okay, who do we have online here? Patron Thomas?
Make the deal.
Is this Patron?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, where are you guys located?
We're in Dallas at High Praise Church, right here, 1859 East Ledbetter Drive. We have a family, my family here, and then also we have another family that's actually getting ready to come in. Already started playing the game and enjoying ourselves in the process.
Your video.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. Can they hear me? Patron, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you fine. So tell me, are you guys out there playing?
Yes, sir. We start playing the game, and like I said, we have another family that's on their way in right now to begin to play the second game as well. So we look forward to having continue to have a great time with multiple families playing the game. We're definitely enjoying ourselves.
Wonderful. Now tell me about the first time you heard about the game.
I talked to the voice of DFW, and he basically was letting me know of the wonderful opportunity to remember the time in which our people have come from, and playing a game that emphasizes that. And really, he just basically let me know this is a time to make history, and this game does that in retelling the history, and so we're enjoying that moment.
Your first time playing?
First time.
Good deal. Well,
First
hey,
time.
let me just tell
But
you
it
about
definitely won't be the last.
Let me tell you about just a couple of things that you can do. Make sure that whenever you're buying those cards that you scan, use a QR code to scan the back of that so that you'll be able to see the information associated with that card. Now, I'm going to come on a little bit later and tell you guys some more stuff about that, but make sure to do that, okay? So what did you think about it when you first time you saw it?
Excellent.
Hey, there we go. Hey,
say it again. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I can hear
hey,
you.
Well, hey, we definitely appreciate you for joining us today, man. This is people that don't know, this is actually family right here.
This is family.
Yeah, this is my uncle.
Okay. What's up, Unc?
Hey,
you hear me?
Yeah. Great to be on this great premiere event.
Okay, well, excellent, man. We see you got your hands full back there. Your house looks like my house with all of those kids running around.
We're actually at the church. We have multiple families that are going to be playing the game. My family's here playing. We have another part of our family that just came in. We're looking for others to come, and so it's going to be a great time all the way around.
Okay, that's phenomenal, brother. I definitely appreciate you for chiming in, man. Have anything else to say? Any other parting words? I know you're a pastor, so I know you always got a parting word for the people.
Really, just basically in this moment, concerning this game, I just want to encourage everybody. Let's get this game. Let's put it in every household. We need to be in that place where we remember where our people have come from. We need to be reminded of that. And this game definitely does that. It puts us in that time and causes us to appreciate where we've come from and where we are right now and where we need to go. And so I want to encourage everybody to get that. Let's make this go worldwide.
Hey, I definitely appreciate you for your kind words, brother. And I'll probably be seeing you at the next time that you guys play. I'll probably come by myself. So I appreciate that. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, let's see if we can go back out to Omar.
Yeah.
Out there in Atlanta. Omar, can you pull him up? Are you still with us out there?
Man, what you got in your hand, brother? What kind of beverage is that? What kind of beverage is that?
Train all the way out.
No.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me? All right, so now I don't hear you. You went out. I don't hear. Y'all talking. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Now can you hear me?
Okay, we can definitely hear you, brother. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we're here. Absolutely.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yep.
All right, how's everything going out there in Atlanta?
Man, everything is well. Everything's well. Atlanta is definitely loving this game, and we are. We're just pleased that we're able to be the premier distributor, right?
For those that don't know, this is Omar Finley out in Atlanta at the Listening Tree, the children's bookstore. And if you have not visited that bookstore, if you have not met Omar, then you're doing yourself a disservice. We definitely want you to go out there and grab the game. You guys got any games left out there?
Yes. At the moment, if I count them, I think we got a box left. I think we got one box.
Okay. you get out there quickly, because when I tell you these things go quick, they go quick. So get on out there. Go see Omar over at the Listening Tree. Omar, give them your address and how they contact you.
So let me make sure I show them to you. You know, we got inventory behind me, but yes, we have games left right here. All right. Make sure that we show you that, you know, in the cellophane, everything looking good. You need to make sure you get yourself a copy.
Yeah, man.
But we are in Decatur, Georgia. We're at 2308 Candler Road, Decatur, Georgia. You can get it online, right? No matter where you are in the world, you can just log on to listeningtreebooks.com and go ahead and buy the game. We ship by 3 o'clock the following day. And so it gets to you pretty quick. And you want to get connected with the Listening Tree. Again, we love this game because it contributes to the programs that we have already running in the store. And so we have our Young Entrepreneurs program. You know, a lot of you guys are looking at Ebonyopoly. We also have a Young Entrepreneurs program that teaches our children how to own and operate their own business. And I think Ebonyopoly is one of those foundational games that continues to help us think in the right direction. So, over here in Atlanta, man, really Decatur, Georgia, everybody is loving it. And I'm getting orders literally all over the country. I've shipped to Minnesota. I've shipped to California. Of course, I've gotten a lot of orders from Texas. The orders from Michigan, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Nevada. We've gotten orders. So when I tell you that the whole country is interested in playing this game, I'm not lying when I say it. I'm sure of it because I got the receipts that once we put it out, everybody's buying the game.
Thanks again, Omar. Appreciate it. And I want to send a personal thank you to you out there. I'm telling you, you're making things happen out there in Atlanta. We will be out there again to see you soon. You know how we do. So be looking forward to that.
Hey, let me say one thing, man. Let me jump in there and say that. You know, that was honestly meeting you, Dwayne, seriously is one of the best meetings for me. You know, because it was, you know, when you walked in, I didn't know why you came, you know, and the way we just connected, you know, it was just great that we already had the same spirit. But then I find out that you actually have Ebonyopoly, right? So to anybody out there, you know, honestly, man, Dwayne, I just really appreciate the relationship that we've built over the last year or so. And just, you know, real friend to me. And you know, I appreciate that, you know, eating breakfast and hanging out, man, and figuring out, strategizing on what we were going to do to make this game move, man. And you know, I just love your spirit, bro, and everything that you do. So the feeling is mutual, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I think that's what really pushes us forward, man.
And I really appreciate it. Like I said, it's wonderful. Well, we're going to have to get you out here to Texas one day, get you some of this good Texas barbecue, and take care of you.
Yes, sir. I was looking at that $8 hat, man. I thought I might want to get me one. You know what I'm saying?
Got to do it. My man Jim Austin can show you exactly where. Like, let me tell you something. He's serious about his hats. Like he's got like a box to put the hats in. Like you can't just buy one of them hats and treat it any kind of way. You got to make sure that you do the proper thing. He can show you exactly how to do that. Well, man, I sure appreciate you. I think we got somebody. We've got Joe online. Joe, let's get you up. Let's see where you're from. Let's talk to Joe. Joe and is this Willett? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Keep talking. Make sure your audio's on. Huh. Okay, we can't hear them. Okay, make sure it seems like your audio is unmuted, but make sure you got your mic good to go on that side. Have you tested your mic? We definitely want to talk to you, Joe. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put you back in the channel just for a second, and we're gonna get all that up and going, and we're gonna come back to you in just a moment. Okay. All right. Let's make sure we get Joe's and stuff, Mike's working properly, so we can definitely get him involved. In the meantime, I'm gonna read a couple of these cards to you because this is some phenomenal stuff. This is phenomenal stuff. I'm gonna let you have that one, and then I'm gonna deal with this one because for those who have never played the game. You may not realize that there's a couple of extra pieces associated with it. Number one, you might be familiar with these cards when you get them. Whenever you buy a property and get the property. What you may not be familiar with is that on the back of these cards, and I don't know, can we go to this camera over here? Maybe it shows a little better. Can we go to this camera over here? Is that showing a little bit? Anyway, you'll see like a little QR code. It's kind of hard to see on that there. But there's a little QR code on the back of there, and you can scan that code, and it can tell you all about that property. It will tell you why it's important. You'll see pictures associated with it. They're going to show that to you there. Thank you very much. There we go. So, and that as they get ready to show that to you, there we go. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay, so that QR code there is going to tell you all about that property. In this case, Nicodemus. And once you scan that property, you'll see why Nicodemus is in the boardwalk area. I won't give that away just now. And in the Park Place area, you'll see a street that represents Black Wall Street. But there's some really cool things that we've been doing around that. So not only do you have the verbiage and the pictures, but now we start going around the country interviewing different people who are part of that story, part of that property. So instead of just reading about Black Wall Street, we were just there about a month or so ago. And guess what? We interviewed the guy over the new Black Wall Street Museum. Same with the Negro Leagues Museum as well. And so now what you'll start seeing is those videos pop up that are explaining the different aspects of the game. And not only that, there's some other things that I want you to know as well. Let's go over to tell me about it, Rashad.
So I had the privilege of playing this game twice yesterday. Okay. I don't want to brag. I'm a little competitive. You have to forgive me. I'm a little competitive. However, both games, I won't say that I won, but I definitely didn't lose in either game. And I wasn't close to losing. But one of the things that always strikes me as an interest is these chance cards, these chance and these chest cards. And I'm going to read one of the chance cards to you so that you can kind of get an idea of some of the elements that we are addressing. All right. Your successful business in the Tulsa Greenwood neighborhood burned down during the 1921 riots. Lose one property. So think about that, right? All of these cards are based on historical significance of things that actually occurred, right? And so let's talk really briefly, Dwayne. So let's talk about the mindset that you guys had when you created these chance cards to make them as significant as they are.
So one of the things that we did, I'm glad you asked that, because almost all of these chance cards actually go back to not only a historical event, but they go down to a person. So even though we can look at Black Wall Street and we can look at the Greenwood Tulsa neighborhood, and we know that it was burnt down during it's on here, it's called riots. But now, after visiting the Black Wall Street Museum, on the next iteration, we're changing that verbiage from 1921 riots to the 1921 massacre, right? But we also have narrowed that down to one individual person, so that literally this is based on a particular business or a particular person associated with that. And so we wanted to make it real because we wanted to be able to teach history in a way that, number one, was still fun. I mean, this is still a fun game,
right?
And so it's edutainment, and so we're infusing things that actually happened.
Right.
This could have happened to one of your family members, right? Making it real for you, and going down to things that were trackable and identifiable on each and every card. So that's where that came from.
Okay, and so what's so significant about this is that the youth that are playing this game, I don't believe that they've been exposed to anything that will be as, I don't want to say graphic, but as real to them.
right? Everything that is brought to them is kind of sugar coated a little bit, right? That's not the game. The game is not, it's not to put you in a position of comfort or anything. It's just giving you factual information.
Yeah, it's just giving.
These are just facts.
So interestingly enough, we were once again in Tulsa.
Right.
So we went to Tulsa. We went to the Greenwood area to see what's happening now, and they have Greenwood Rising now.
Right.
The African American, the specific museum regarding the Greenwood area,
Right.
and giving you the history of it there in Black Wall Street.
Right.
It is rebuilding,
Mhm.
right? So there's businesses there in the whole nine. But at the same time, we found out like there were people who lived in Tulsa that had no idea about the Tulsa 1921 massacre. So when we talk about, training kids, training adults, and so someone having that type of proximity to something so major and still not having an idea, it's amazing.
Right. And so, and speaking about you and speaking about knowledge, let's move over to the Fort Worth, the Brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fort Worth Alumni Chapter. We have Mr. Ryan Russell there with the Kappa League. And so, Ryan, are you there with us?
Do we have Ryan on? Okay. Do we still have Joe on?
Oh,
Let's see
we're
if we
waiting for
can get
Joe? I'm
Joe
sorry.
back on.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, let's go ahead and get Joe. Okay.
Okay. See if we can hear you now.
Okay,
Miss
can you
Willette?
hear?
Oh, there we go.
All
There we
right.
go.
Here you go. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Get on in there. Get on in there with her. Okay. How y'all doing?
We're fine. How are you?
Wonderful. Y'all look great. Where are you located?
We're in lovely Alexandria, Virginia.
Somebody just heard somebody ask, and so
Monroe Street.
Oh no, man, I ain't worried about none of that.
Is my mic on? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Good.
Yep, you're
Yeah,
good.
can you hear us?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you fine. Tell me how you learned about the game.
Well, we both. Alicia's our niece, so we both learned it. We got it right for the source.
Oh, so you cheated a little
told us
bit.
She was working on it and everything like that, and we got the game. And one of the things it was just really where she was telling what the game was about and how it got developed, or the impetus for getting it developed with George Floyd. And
Let's see if we can get Alicia in the conversation. She can't hear. Okay. Okay. Never mind. Go ahead. So
Go ahead.
Alicia's your niece.
yes, she is.
Okay. And so you got it right from the source. So you guys probably got it like right away.
Yeah, we did. But
telling the story what happened. We got it, and then
okay.
we lost
Here, you're dealing with old folks.
You lost it. Turn them up just a little bit.
Well, we got the big game, the first one, not this the size that you have now. And our daughter came home from LA for Christmas. And she came by and we were talking, and we talked to her about the game and everything. And Willette told her, well, why don't you take it back and play it? And Alicia had mentioned earlier about that, I guess when you were marketing the game and getting it out like you're doing now. And I told her that Mildred had started her own production company, Black Girl Productions in LA. And so she said, let me take the game, take a look at it, and see if I could work out something with Alicia and for marketing or doing a documentary on it or whatever. And so that's where we are right now.
That's where our game went.
That's where our game is. And we
So your game made a trip out west.
It's out
Now, did you get it?
Yeah,
Now they're getting rowdy. I don't know if you can hear them in here, but they're getting rowdy with this Ebonyopoly game over here. I think it's getting real.
I know.
We're gonna have to get a shot of them over here playing. Let's get this table right here if you can get them. Yeah, let's get a shot of this table over here. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise being talked over here. Let's see what they got going. Let's see what they got. Let me see. Can y'all see them over there? All right, y'all on camera. Wave. That's the rowdy table over there. All right, good deal. So now have you had a chance to play it yet?
Not yet, but we got the game and we're gonna play it.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Well, we want to know who's gonna win that bad boy. Who's gonna win? I don't know. I don't know who my money's in.
I'll answer that question. America will win.
That's right.
You know, the most significant thing about the accomplishment of you creating this game is that you created it at a time now where people don't want to teach our history anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so what a wonderful way to address what's going on in current events by having Ebonyopoly. It's a game, okay? You play a game. But in playing a game, you learn history. You also learn what the responsibility is as to how to manage money. You learn how to seek and create ownership. All the things that are critical to you being a citizen that contributes to the country to which you live in. And that is why I think you all created this game at this time. None of us knew what was going to happen or what the time would be like where we're living. I see Ebonyopoly as the answer to critical race theory, which really doesn't help our children learn who they are and doesn't help our country value the diversity that we have created in the great United States of America.
You know, you are so right. You are right on it. You know, there are some wonderful things about this game because it actually it's some of it is really, really subtle. So we actually mentioned Madam C.J. Walker here in the game, even though it's kind of outside the Reconstruction era. But there's something else that's like really subtle. And because a lot of times we talk about Madam C.J. Walker being the first Black self-made millionaire, she's actually not.
Right.
And the one I won't give it away for people who haven't played the game yet. But for those that didn't, she's actually in the game. So there's a shout out to her in the game itself, in the chess and chance cards, to the actual first. It was a female, Black self-made millionaire.
Oh yeah.
So there's some things in there to kind of help you to learn, and once again, have fun while you're doing it. So that's the important part. That's important. Any parting words, Joe? And is it Willette? Is that?
Yeah, it's
Willette.
Willette. You know, I will tell you that we played Monopoly as children.
Right.
We were fortunate enough to have parents who owned their homes. So when we played the game, we thought we were playing a game. But what the game taught us was the game taught us how to handle money because you did not want to go bankrupt. The game also taught us how to acquire property and how to, once you acquire that property, how to make money off of that property. So when we got old enough, the thing we remembered first about seeking home ownership was how we used to play Monopoly. Right. And we had a conversation was, well, if we owned it in that game, we need to own it in life. And so these are the valuable lessons that any child or any adult will pick up as they go through this. We just thank you for creating this blessing. We thank you for creating this tribute to our ancestors. We thank you for introducing to the world who America really is, because this game gives you something of a challenge in playing it. It's supposed to be enjoyable, but you walk away with enormous knowledge, and that's the value of the game. So from our heart to yours, thank you for helping to make not just America better through this endeavor, but hopefully make our world better. Thank you.
Wow. And shout out to the other creators. Of course, you heard earlier from Alicia Hemphill out at Pan African in Dallas. You unfortunately haven't heard from Dr. Plummer today. They're having she's over in Israel. They're having some serious internet problems there where she is. And also shout out to Sharisha, which is a name that you don't hear us mention very much, but she's the glue. She's the engine under that, kind of making everything happen. She's camera shy. So every now and then we can get her on camera. So thank you once again. I appreciate you. Keep hope alive, right? So
Amen,
keep
brother.
touting the things of the game, and we'll talk back to you. Thank you so much. All right.
All right, so look like it's going well, and what I want to do now is try to get a perspective from some young people that are playing the game.
All right.
And so whenever you're ready, we can switch over to the Kappa House Fort Worth alumni.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. All right, we have Mr. Ryan Russell.
I will let you do your thing.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Brother Rashad. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Rashad,
hot.
can you
I'm
hear me?
hot. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you, brother. Yes, I can.
Perfect.
All
Perfect.
right. Like I said, y'all over there looking real nice and smooth, man. I look, I'm liking what I'm seeing. So tell us a little bit about what you have going on at the Fort Worth Alumni Kappa House.
Yes. So we actually got a couple of our Boy Scouts, our Troop 216 over here, as well as our Kappa League. We got 2 games going on. They're definitely learning a lot about the game of Ebonyopoly, the element of real estate and negotiating and what they can buy and how to leverage their money. I think we actually have one spokesperson here, Mr. Chancellor. He's one of our Kappa Leaguers. He'd like to come up and probably talk a little bit about his experience.
Good afternoon. I'm Chancellor Slater. I'm from the Fort Worth Kappa League and playing Ebonyopoly. It's pretty fun. I'm learning a lot through it. Like I'm learning how to manage the money, how to keep my money, how to spend it wisely, and learning how to like not invest, but like invest in the right type of things that I need. So like buying everything in the street so I can keep it all together. So I'm learning what to do and how to do it right is what I'm learning. And we're all having fun while we're playing.
Look, man, that's great. I'm glad you are learning. But here's another question for you. Are you having any fun?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Okay, that's good. So who's winning?
Me.
Okay, all right. So, hey, I definitely appreciate it, man. So let's talk to somebody else, and I want to hear about something that you've learned that you didn't know about previous to today.
Something that you learned. Introduce yourself and what program you're in.
My name is Kenneth Allen. I'm in the Boy Scouts 216 troop, and what I learned today is not to make bad investments. Like this one guy, he almost owns all the greens, and I have the last greens. So if I sell it to him, he's gonna be able to get houses, and I'm gonna get bankrupt. So I'm not gonna sell it to him. That'll be a bad investment.
I love it. Hey, brother. You've made Mr. Jim Austin very proud over here. He's our chapter brother that is big into real estate, and he heard what you said, man. And I can see you being a little tycoon at some point. So I definitely appreciate you for your perspective. Ryan, do me a favor, man. Talk to me a little bit about what this means to you to have all of these young men learning all of this information.
One, for me, being the Kappa League director for the past 5 years, one of the things that we try to teach our Kappa Leaguers as well as our scouts is to be good financial stewards of their money. Also showing them different ways and where we can actually invest their money, but make it where they can get some type of return on investment off of that as well. The beauty behind this game is not just your standard typical Monopoly game that you go to Walmart or Target and that you actually buy. This also gives our Kappa Leaguers as well as our scouts the opportunity to learn a little bit more about Black history. They're seeing, from a HBCU standpoint, they see that you can own Morehouse as well as Spelman. We also see some other additional streets that are named after HBCUs, such as Wiley Street. We got Greenwood, which is most notably known for a street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So they're definitely learning more than just about the element of real estate, but also about our history as well.
Tell me a little bit about the response after the Kappa Leaguers and the Boy Scouts actually saw the QR codes on the back and that they were able to scan those.
They have not hit those as of yet. They jumped right into the game, so I'll definitely encourage them to hit the QR codes.
Okay, yeah, so that's an extra incentive to this, man. On every last one of those properties, if they turn it on the back where it says mortgage, those are QR codes. And if they scan those QR codes, it's going to take you to a link that will give you the historical significance of that particular property so they can actually learn all about all of that.
Perfect. I would definitely
Yeah.
never go across all of them. All right.
Yeah. So we actually. Okay. Look.
All right.
Okay. All right. And so, hey, so we got brother Jim Austin right here as well. Jim, you want to say anything to the Kappa Leaguers?
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, thank you for taking the time and being over this program for the last 5 years and mentoring some young men that they're actually seeing you're taking the time to share with them and then to expose them to Ebonyopoly. These are future leaders, and particularly from investing in real estate, the game touches all aspects. So fellas, absorb it. If there's ever any questions about what I do from the commercial real estate standpoint, I'd love to talk to them at any time. I just came by to support Dwayne, and then Rashad was here, so like I'm in heaven. You know, we're educating young men to know about the importance of investing in real estate. It's never too late to get a piece of real estate, particularly a lot, and then hold on to it and resell it. But thank you personally from me and Rashad here at Pie New Pie.
Oh man, look, you know I love that. So tell me this, Ryan. I saw brother Mike Jones back there. Is he still there?
Yeah, we got brother Jones, we got brother Tim Wright, and brother Jimmy Neely here as well.
Okay, all right. Hey, do me a favor, brother Jones, if you can come up, because I know that you are over the Boy Scouts, and so I want you to talk a little bit about what this means to you with your troop learning these significant elements.
Good evening, everybody. I'm just so excited to see the boys learning. They're having fun, they're competitive, and they're learning about the different ways and methods and means that Jim Austin may have, ways and methods and means that you may have to share with him. And Ryan is faithful, and the guys are having a good time eating pizza and making money.
Yeah, look, I love it. Eating pizza and making money. That's the perfect way to end this, brother. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you to all of the noops that are there. You know, Tim, everybody, I really appreciate you guys for assisting and setting up with this. And I think we're good to go. Do we have Miss Alicia that's going to be? She's on?
Yeah, Rashad, I just want to say something too. In Fort Worth, we have 4 Buffalo Soldier Boy Scout troops. And Mike Jones is right in the middle of that. So these boys are learning the history of the Black Cowboys and the Buffalo Soldiers. So Mike, guys, thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that, Ryan. We're going to let you get out of here, and we're going to switch it over to the Pan-African, where Miss Alicia is going to be, and I think she's ready to pick up. We're good to go.
Well, hello again. I'm still here again at the Pan-African Connection. I'm here with Courtney, who's been playing the game with me. And we had an experience, and I want her to share. So part of this activity is she pulled a chance card. The chance card describes the experience where a railroad company was coming into the town, and they purchased the homes in the path and they demolished the homes. And so this was the card she pulled. And when she pulled it, tell me what happened.
I threw the card away from me because I didn't want to read it.
And you didn't want to read it because
the reality of it was that my ancestors lost their homes the same way.
She lost her parent, her ancestor lost her. And she said she had always looked for her family property. And she found it one day. How did you find it?
Ancestry.com. But before that, I found it because I knew those roads wasn't there before. So the roads are on top of their properties.
And so I wanted her to share that story because this is one of the reasons why we created the game. These are real live stories that you're reading. These are not something we made up. These have happened to our family and probably someone in your family. And so we've been able to talk about it. It's been hard, but you know, in order for us to heal as a nation, we need to know these stories, and we need to realize why we, as Black people, need to own our own property and get involved in government, because these rules or these decisions were made, and so whole communities have been destroyed. So, anything else you want to say, Courtney?
No.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you're going to, some of you no doubt have had some opportunity to really get involved in the game. And I want to encourage you, always try to play this game with the generations, with a generation above and the generation below. Why? As we were standing here, there was another gentleman that came up, and he began to talk about some of the history and significant contributions his family had made. And it is nothing more powerful than for us to share our stories. We have wonderful, wonderful examples within our background of men and women who were courageous, who might have had setbacks, who might have had laws, or financially they might have been disadvantaged, but we're here because of their courage. We're here because of their perseverance. And we need to know our history. We need to know the history that's not that long ago. So I want to encourage you to play with, you know, a variety of people. I remember my business partner was sharing that the first time they got the game, he started playing with his family and his family's his daughter's boyfriend, who is Caucasian. He still is, and it generated a lot of conversation. And we created that intentionally. We created the opportunity to see that not everybody experienced life in America the same way. And the only way we can discuss it sometimes in a non-threatening way is over a game. So make sure, be intentional to hold parties with lots of different cultures, because this is how we continue to talk. Once we talk, we continue to learn. And once we learn, we continue to grow. That's where shared understanding and empathy originate from. Okay, so we're going to be, and one thing we want you to do is, while you're playing the game, if something like this comes up, then we want to hear about it. We want to hear any place where you connected with either the property. You know, you get the opportunity to scan the property and learn. And people are learning about a lot of these different properties. But people have connections. They have family members. They remember, oh, my aunt and my uncle traveled. They lived in that area. Now I understand why. If you are connecting with either that or one of the chance or chess cards, then we want you to, you know, tell us your story. We want to feature them. Okay, well, that's it. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, Dwayne.
Right. All right. Are we live over here? Okay. We've got a good live. I'm telling you, we got a good lively. Is this our camera over here?
Yeah.
Right, okay. We've got a lively game going over here. So we're talking about all kinds of stuff. People are losing properties and they want some explanation. There's things happening. There's people dying and losing property and losing houses and it's a madhouse.
It's control chaos.
Like control chaos. And like we said at the beginning, she said, I think it was Nene said, this is going to be a good conversation piece.
Yeah.
And it has been just that. If you break this game out at the house with your friends and family, I promise you it's going to be a conversation starter. So something that we want to make sure that you realize is that when you look at these chess cards and you look at these chance cards, those represent real people. Those are real things that happened to people. As you just heard the young lady say that, you know, she read the card and was a little upset because it brought her back to some things that happened in her own family. And my family is no different. There's been some eminent domain things that have happened in my family. There's been, I remember my grandfather and my mom going out. I think they were at the beach or something like that. And my grandfather was so excited. And my mother was confused. She was like, I don't know why you're so excited. You know, we've been here before, you know, as kids, and, you know, we've done this and we've done that. He said, no, you don't understand. We just didn't tell you that, you know, we had to go on the black side. And we've never been on this side before because we were not allowed to be on this side. And so it's just been an incredible journey. Just been an incredible journey, starting the game, doing all the research and stuff for the game. And I want to give you a little hint to something that we have coming out. There's literally a couple of other games that are coming out next year that we're already doing the research for. We're already doing the interviews and things for. And once again, let me remind you that if you take these cards and you scan the back of those properties, it's going to take you online to be able to tell you all about that property. Now, here's something that a lot of people didn't realize. Whenever you have the original Monopoly game, all of those places there were real. Those are real places. And not only that, the game was actually meant to teach. Believe it or not, it was meant to teach kind of the opposite of what we use it for now. It was really meant to teach the woes and the evilness of capitalism. And of course, that game has been the quintessential example of capitalism here in America. So it's been really, really interesting. Do we have anybody online? Oh, we're going back to Rashad. All right, we'll take it back to Rashad, and I'll try to navigate this game over here. It should be interesting.
I need my other property.
Look, I'll put it to you this way. This is the one thing that I always say about Ebonyopoly. It's going to be historical. It's going to be significant. It's going to have all of these elements of edutainment. But more so than anything else, this game is just fun, right? This table that's going on right here, they are having spirited conversations, and the bulk of what they're, having their conversations about have to do with, you owe me this money, you owe me that money, I need to trade this property, I want that property. And it doesn't lose the element of fun. And that's the one thing that I like to reiterate. Yes, it's very, very historical. It's very educational. There's a lot of great information that you're going to pick up from this, but you're going to have a great time playing. And I truly believe that that was the intent that everyone had when they, came up with the concept. Let's educate as many people as we can about this, and let's continue to figure out a way to make this thing fun. And that's just where we are with this. One more time, if you have not had an opportunity to go out and get you a game, feel free to go to www.ebonyopoly.com. I even believe that there may be a coupon on there currently. I don't know how long it's going to be there, but I think they have something on there for free shipping currently. Don't hold me to it. They may have taken it down, but feel free to go on there and take a look. Dwayne is over there. He's having fun talking to the people. He's educating the people. We're going to try to see if we can get him back over here to shut this thing down. Hey, Dwayne, you're going to come back and join us so we can wrap this thing up?
All right.
Well, do we have anybody else online? We're one more? Okay, all right. And so it looks like we're going to interview one more person. But before we do that, tell me how you think everything went today.
Man, I'm so excited. Man. Not only we have the people here in Fort Worth, Texas, we've got Alicia holding it down out there, Pan-African in Dallas. We've got Omar out in Atlanta doing his thing. We've seen the people come up from all over the country, Louisville, Texas, all the way out to, that was Virginia. Yeah. Wasn't Virginia? We had the Kappas playing, we had kids playing, we had churches playing. It's just been, I'm full. I'm just full, and it's just been amazing. Here in Fort Worth, Texas, we got games going on. We got people just showing up now. Look at that, young folks playing the game, and it's a spirited competition going on here.
So here's the question: what's next for Ebonyopoly?
What's next? Well, a couple things. Number one, as far as products are concerned, we definitely have our flagship product. If you notice, it does say Reconstruction Edition on it. And as I alluded to earlier, we are making some upgrades to this that do not require an additional purchase. Okay, does not require additional purchase. You'll just find that after a while, when you begin to scan the back of those QR codes, you'll start seeing those videos come up. Okay, so you'll start seeing Phil Anderson and at the Black Wall Street. You'll see him come up talking about that. You'll start seeing people like Bob Kendrick come out and talk about 18th and Vine and talk about the Negro Leagues. Okay. We've just started offering our brand new shirt that's there. So you can pick that up today online. Oh, and let me also tell you, if you go and you use the code FREESHIP2022, FREESHIP2022, you'll be able to get that with free shipping. So you can grab our new shirts that are there. And we're accidentally, we didn't even set out to do this. We're accidentally putting together an entire documentary that includes, we've been documenting all of our journeys as we go to interview these different people, all the crazy things that have happened and all the faith-based move. Let me tell you something. We traveled hundreds of miles on faith, literally on faith. And I won't give it away. You'll see it in the documentary. So just, be looking out for that. There's a couple of more editions that we have coming out next year and the year after that. I'll just give you a little bit of it, that it includes not only civil rights going forward from Reconstruction, but also trade routes going backwards from Reconstruction. So you're going to see kind of both of those different areas come up. And once again, just continue to put out this game. It's been a bestseller all over the country. If you want to buy it, now's the time. We actually do have some more in stock, but the stock has been going quickly. I went to the warehouse and I was there. I took pictures when they arrived. I went back and over half of them are already gone. So make sure to go and get that in. As you can see, we changed the size of the box as well. It fits better in a lot of different areas. Fits better inside of airports and that kind of thing. Fits better in shelves. Takes up less shelf space in a bookstore as well. But still with that beautiful piece of art there on the front. We did not compromise that. So more compact. The kids all say they love this compact version better. So that's been a wonderful thing. So, and we also have, we're kicking around, and I want to hear from y'all, see what y'all think, but we're kicking around some themed shirts. So, we've got all of these different properties, but to have the shirt that has a particular property on it, maybe a QR code on the back so they can scan it, tell you all about that property. One of the patrons, one of our customers actually presented that idea, and we thought it was a great idea. So we've been kind of going back and forth with that. Right. So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. All right. And so with the success of this Ebonyopoly game day, you think we may get another one before next February, possibly?
As we were sitting here, the owner of the dock, she came to me. She said, "This has been so great. We've got to have another one in March." We got to have another one in March. And so I don't know if we'll do it next month quick, but maybe Juneteenth, maybe.
Okay, that sounds like a perfect opportunity for me. So look, my thing is the opportunities are limitless for what we can do. This is being done. You know what? Let me ask you another question. With something this phenomenal, I would have expected to see this at Walmart.
Let me tell you something, Rashad. You will never see this at Walmart.
Okay, let's talk about
you will never see this on Amazon.
Let's talk about that.
Let me explain it very easily. Earlier today, you seen Danya, one of the owners here at the Dock Bookshop. And if we put it in Walmart, then she does not gain revenue from that. If we put it on Amazon, they don't gain revenue from it. You've seen Omar over in Atlanta that is doing this thing. When we put this game out, we were very intentional as making sure that we are supporting African-American owned businesses around the country and around the world, especially bookstores. People talk about, bookstores dying or the whole nine. Well, we want to do our part to make sure that we continue to read, that we continue to support our businesses. So not only we're literally putting our money where our mouth is,
Right.
so that when you are ready to buy this game, if you're in Atlanta, you go to there's several, but I'm maybe I shouldn't be partial, but
Right.
go to Omar, listen to Tree, that's my boy.
Right.
If you're in Detroit, go to Baker's Books. If you're in Dallas, you go to Pan African. If you're in Duncanville, you go to Indy. So specifically, we want to target those particular African American owned businesses and partner with them and help those companies. Even down to like the design of shirts and that kind of thing. We're using African American owned companies with the backdrops, that you see all the African American owned companies that are doing that, because we want to make sure that we create our own Black Wall Street. Now, let me say this too. Just because we love African American owned businesses, it doesn't mean that we hate everybody else. Right?
That's a very good point.
That is not. Just because someone has a Holocaust museum doesn't mean they hate the rest of the world. They're just telling the history, right?
Exactly.
And so we're looking at a particular a group of people who have been systematically, and that's important to understand, systematically disenfranchised over several hundred years. We would never go to someone of the Jewish faith and say, Holocaust, get over it. Why do we need museums? That would be the most insensitive thing ever. We want to make sure that we pay homage to that. We never forget it. If you go to Germany, there's reminders everywhere, and there's taught in school. There's more Nazi flags in America than it is in Germany. I promise you. So if you're not inside of a museum or something like that, you're not going to see that, right? And so we would never do that. And that lasted for 4 years. So if that lasted for 4 years, we're sure not going to forget about something that happened for 400 years, right? And so if it happened over 400 years, that has lasting effects. What I tell people all the time is I'm the first generation born free in America from an African-American perspective. When my mom tried to say, well, I was born free too. No, you weren't. You couldn't even go to the zoo whenever you felt like it. You had 1 day a year. So we want to do our part to help the disenfranchisement, right? That's not saying we're playing the victim or anything like that. It's literally saying, let's reverse, right? When we talk about reparations sometimes, a lot of people don't realize is in America actually did pay reparations. They just played them to the slave owners, right? Because they're like, hey, we're taking away your source of income. We want to make sure to right that, right? And America never did that with the African-American community. So let's do it for ourselves, right? And so, so we're doing our part in doing that. Even down to, we just got our trademark in, and I'm so proud about that. We needed to have all of our logos redone and all that kind of stuff. Well, African-American owned companies, graphic artists, so we got to come and do that, right? And so we want to do our part in giving back.
Yeah. Look, man, at the end of the day, this is much needed. This is much appreciated. I definitely want to thank Ebonyopoly and everyone associated with it for bringing me in. This has been a great Ebonyopoly game day. And final thoughts. Anything else before we wrap up?
I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to our partners around the country that we have some new partners that are coming on as well. Those that are there in Arkansas, there in California. We just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for going out and literally putting your money where your mouth is, right? We thank you because I want to say specific thank you to Danya. Thank you very much. For taking the chance. We really appreciate it. Because who knows, it could have flopped, but we're just thankful that it didn't. We want to thank you to all the ERG organizations that have purchased that for your clientele and for your company, your employees. We want to say thank you to the NAACP organizations that have purchased it. We got a call from the folks in Florida, NAACP. The state president says she wants those in every single spot inside of Florida at all the NAACP organizations. So thank you very much. We want to thank you to the city of Fort Worth, of course, where we launched it. Thank you to Akwete over in Pan African for hosting Alicia. We want to say thank you to Omar over in Decatur, Omar with the listening tree. Thank you so much. And most of all, thank you to all of those people who are doing just what these folks are doing right now. and purchase the game and playing the game on a regular basis. We really appreciate you. We can't thank you enough. We'll continue to put out quality products for you. If you have any suggestions or questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can email us at info@ebonyopoly.com. Once again, that's info@ebonyopoly.com. We love hearing from you. We love hearing from our customers that have questions around the game. As a matter of fact, some of your questions have gone into the newer version of the game that's coming out in May that actually has some of your updates to it. So thank you very much. Keep the questions coming. We really appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much. Do we have any parting things from out in Atlanta?
I think everybody's gone.
Do we have, is Omar still on? Okay, let's get some closing thoughts from Omar as well. Omar, you there? You muted? You got your thing muted there. Omar, once again, is in Decatur, right outside of Atlanta, in Georgia. And Atlanta is one of those places, literally, I can walk around town with one in my hand, and I literally just sell boxes out all over. I went to a barbecue spot, sold a full box out of the car. Went to the mall, sold the box out. And someone bought the one out in my hand. Went to breakfast, just trying to eat breakfast. Sold a whole 2 boxes, literally all that was in my truck. So it was just amazing. So Atlanta has really responded. Thank you so much. Omar, any final thoughts?
Yeah, final words for me is we can't
hear Omar.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Omar, we can't hear you there.
Hello.
You got your mic on?
Yeah, it's on. Mic is on.
Okay, I can't hear you. I see your mic is on, but we still can't hear you from some reason.
Hello.
No problem. Just wave. Thank you so much, Omar. We appreciate you. We got one more person? Okay, we've got one more person that we're going to interview and bring them on. So she's trying to reconnect them. So we want to make sure to get those folks on. I also want to say a special thank you to our friends out of SELC, Dr. Steele and Lady Steele, such big supporters of the game. Thank you so much for all that you have done and are doing. They actually hosted a game day there at the SELC headquarters in Atlanta. Right down the street from the King Center, and it was phenomenal. All the people came out from Atlanta. We had people from everywhere. We had guys from CNN show up.
Oh,
it was amazing. This was when was this? This past summer.
Oh,
okay. It was absolutely amazing. We had and I'm gonna mess up the number, so I wouldn't even say, but some of the best radio stations came out.
Okay.
We did some TV as well. One of the biggest TV stations that are there. Please don't get me to say it. I forgot. Also here in town, DFW. And thank you to Channel 8 as well for hosting us. That was a great interview with Cleo. Thank you to Channel 5, Vince. We so appreciate you supporting the game. Vince came out. Let me give him his kudos. Vince came out to a game day that we had. And literally, I mean, I couldn't even count the number of games he bought there at it. And then had us come on Channel 5 as well. So thank you so much. I think we're ready. We have another guest to bring on. Is this Yolanda?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. We see you talking, but I don't hear you. Do we have everything up over here? Okay. Keep talking.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay, I still can't hear her. Is that? Turn this up over here. Make sure. All right, say.
No, can't hear.
Okay, no, we can't hear you for some reason. Make sure that your mic is properly connected.
My mic is on.
I definitely want to get you in here, Yolanda.
My mic is on.
Okay, she's trying to get it going here. Yolanda, we're gonna work with you here because you're gonna have the last word here. So we're gonna make sure that we get you in. I don't know. Do y'all know where Yolanda's calling in from?
I'm in California. I'm in LA.
Okay, still can't hear you for some reason.
Oh, from California.
Calling from California on the West Coast. We gotta get the West Coast in, Yolanda. We gotta get you. And your smile is too beautiful. We gotta get you on. Let's work on this audio. Is it on our side or her side? Young? It's on her side. Okay, it says on your side.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Make sure your
unmuted.
phone is.
I'm unmuted. My mic is.
Okay, let's work with it here. Let's work with it, Yolanda.
Okay, my mic is on.
Okay, she's trying to get it together there. She's trying to get it together. Yeah, they say the issue has to be on your side somewhere. Make sure that the microphone on the computer is not muted or anything. It's not muted on the software, but can you do a test on your audio? Is that possible?
My mic is unmuted and my.
No. Hold on 1 second. I want you to start talking when I hold up my hand.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. We can hear her.
Can you hear me now?
We can't do it that way though.
Because we'll be echoing.
We're gonna get feedback.
Yeah, you will.
No, here we'll get feedback. So okay, the issue is on our side. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
All right, say something.
Something. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
There we go. There we go.
Yay.
All right. Yolanda, where are you calling us from?
I am in Los Angeles, California right now, but home is Dallas.
Okay, she's in LA, but home is DFW.
And I'll be back there next week. Yes, indeed.
Okay. So here's the real question. Are you a Cowboys fan?
No.
Oh, what is this? That was confusing.
No. Okay, let me say it like this. Am I a Cowboys fan? Yes, because the Cowboys are Dallas. But am I a football fan? No. It's too brutal. And I do not like what happened to Black men on the football field and how they're exploited and taken advantage of. But that is a discussion for another show. We won't do that today.
Okay. You know what? We got to get you in on our table talks. It's gonna be great. Okay, so talk to us about the game. What you think? Talk to us.
You know what? I saw you on, I believe it's Good Morning Texas, and I was so impressed. And I'm so thoroughly anxious to play the game and get in on it. And I'm anxious to get you on my broadcast. So I think it's wonderful. The little bit that I have seen, it looks like you guys have done a great job with it. You've done some fantastic things. In fact, I was just telling someone that I was going to do this, and also that she just said someone from UCLA has created a Black game like this. Now, she didn't call it Ebonyopoly. She just said that it was a game similar to this one. So I'm really glad that you guys have done this. I think it's exciting. I think this is the perfect time. And I don't believe in Black History Month. I believe in Black History 365. So this is what we're going to do 365. I want to tell everybody that I can about this game. I'm going to try to get it in all of the, well, there are only 2 Black bookstores here. So SO1 Books here in Lamert Park and Zara's Books and Things. There are very few things that Black folks own here in California, in LA specifically. So I'm going to do my best to get it everywhere because I think it's absolutely wonderful. It should have been out there. It should be at all schools. When kids are at home and they're playing on their computers and their phones, they need to get off of it and play this.
I'm with you 100%. And we're going to make sure that you got some information in the back channel. We'll make sure to message that to you. But once again, to contact us is info@ebonyopoly.com, info@ebonyopoly.com. But my folks will put a number in there for you as well. We'd love to be on your show and looking forward to it. And thanks so much for calling in today. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right.
And thank you very much and take care.
No,
thank you. All right, and we're going to go over to Alicia for the last word over in Pan-African. Alicia, wrap it up.
Okay. Joy.
All right, Alicia, can you hear me?
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I am here at the Pan-African Connection with Joy. And so we've just had a wonderful time. Listen, if you have not been down here, you're missing out. Let me tell you, I'm gonna have to stay for another hour. This place is amazing. It's beautiful. The people are beautiful. The merchandise is one of a kind. I'm really just excited. This is Amber. We want to say thank you, but I don't want to miss out on saying thank you. What you see here could not have been done just with the 3 of us, myself, Dwayne, and the voice of Ebonyopoly, Rashad. But there is a host of people that have been helping us and coordinating us, keeping us on track. So thank you, Dante. Thank you, Iana, Ian, Imari, Sharisha, Tanisha, and thank you so much. Thank you for joining in. We love you. This has been a fabulous way to experience Black History Month. And so we love you. Thank you. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Oh, we did it. Okay.